when they were a little bit behind and how to play the map. I have more confidence in Navi playing the troll than I would just a troll being played after seeing that first game.
I still think this last pick of the Lesh being able to take down tower is big, but Mira is thinking about taking down. He's...
Yeah, he walks himself away. He gets himself out mostly unharmed, and the mostly unharmed is the most important part there. He is going to burn through a little bit of regen to get himself back into lane-worthy health, but you were talking about you've never really seen Collapse play this Snapfire with the Clockwork coming in as well up against the troll. You know, in this particular matchup, how do you expect this lane to go? Because they've already, you can see they've already eaten away all the trees as well, with the Treant Protector being here. You know, the Quelling Blade coming out from the Snapfire, so they are trying to get as much out of this lane as possible.
I'm thinking Collapse farms well. That's it. He probably doesn't die. There are going to be some shenanigans being pulled off by Mira, you know, stuff like that, like, no? Yeah. But I don't really see them getting kills unless Malady gets a little bit out of himself, so it's mostly going to be Collapse farming, and we rarely see the Snapfire just struggle away. Scatter Blast is very nice.
Okay, and what is the core Snapfire build? You know, do you want to be going straight for the shard? You know, Guardian's Greaves as well. You know, or maybe a pipe in there somewhere.
Guardians in this game in particular. You're gonna Greaves, and then you get a shard, and then you kind of go for situational items. I'm looking at the Lotus Orb being a pretty big one.
This is ours.
Spinner Snare is going to be a problem. Batrider is going to be a problem. The Little Growth is going to be a problem. So I think it's mostly going to be Collapse.
Okay, looking in the mid lane now as well, you can see that the lightning into the split earth already coming out. Lesh and Nicky Cool is being punished for that. Not really missing out on too many last hits with that split earth coming up for him, but he's still going to be using a lot of regen coming through. You can see that he's down to 1 charge on his bottle. Lol, just going to be going for the, it looks like the wand. Is it the, no, so it was the boots coming out. Yeah, so it's just going to be the stick for now, but he's still looking towards the, you know, the river, looking for those the bottles to come out towards the water runes, just to make sure he gets the regen. And I suppose, I mean, the Bat isn't going to have as hard a time as something like an Ember Spirit here, maybe the Tiny up against the Latrak, but it's still not an easy lane here for the Batrider. You know, you're still going to watch out. As soon as that lightning comes out, you've got to be running yourself away, because the split earth won't be too far behind, and it's going to be really hard then, if Lol can get the timing down, to maybe try to look for
First blood.
I mean, caught me monologuing once again.
Time already.
But yeah, it's going to be hard for the Bat, just in terms of the harass that comes out for the Lesh on this lane.
Especially because Lesh bought the boots. So when the Bat hits level 4, that is danger territory. But very nice item choices. Lesh going for the stick and then for the boots. He knows he's going to have enough mana and HP. He has the sticks, and he just needs to outrun the... That's quite nice. Even with the flame break, there's not a 100% certain that you're gonna be.
Yeah, would you, if you're Nicky Cool here, because we do see the Batriders go for, is it more of a drums build, you know, a 4-staff build in here before you go for the Boots of Travel and the Blink Dagger and the BKB?
No, the drums build is for mid lane scenario. You go Travels BKB. The ideal item choice, but sometimes you're not doing so well, so maybe you're Blink or you're gonna KB. It depends, but a movement speed item is pretty much in the set, so I think Boots of Travel. It's more than likely it's pretty.
Okay, meanwhile, top lane Mirror, again, Malady's getting some harass off here. They're just trying to trade damage wherever they can find it on the side of Spirit, and they already picked up the first blood, so it is going to go well for them in this lane already. We take a look at the last hits. Collapse, he isn't doing too bad. He's not doing awful at all here up against the Troll. The Troll is about 5 or 6 last hits above, but Collapse again with that first blood, so that's going to even out somewhat here, and you can see that the harass coming through from the Scatter Blast. The cookie's available as well, and if Mira can close that gap into her cogs, into the Battery Soul, it's no wonder they got taken down first blood. The bottom lane as well, Yatoro, how's he doing? 24 last hits on the Ursa, so he's keeping up with the Troll. So it is going all right for both of these carries in the lane.
Yep, it is the case. You know, Ursa is an annoying hero against the Brood. Tiny also has 0 armor, so can't really get too close to the Ursa, especially when you have a Crystal Maiden. That's the idea. Aggressive, position 5 with the kill potential is something that you want to have. Otherwise, the Brood is just... No, you use the instant. fine against Ursa, and the CM that doesn't really work. So Laze is just keeping himself a little bit safer, and that's why you see that big of a difference between the CM.
Yeah, top lane, there is going to be some harass coming out onto Malady once again. Mira, he got cookied in. He was able to drop the cogs as well as the battery sword, but this time Malady going to be able to survive through it. Does have that salve as well if he got too low. The raindrops even coming through mid lane, though. There's going to be the chase down. Nicky Cool, he wants to try and burn him down with the Firefly, the tree toss, but Law will still survive through this. Even with the 2 points into the diabolic edict, Nicky Cool taking a lot of damage, but he was able to trade it off bottom lane. Laze, does he want to try and get aggressive onto Yatoro? I mean, Yatoro might try and stack up the right clicks here onto Laze, so Laze does need to be careful about the Fury swipes. And yeah, action all over the map, but doesn't result in any kills just yet.
40% miss chance. Yatoro missed only one hit on the Brood, so there you saw there's going to be an overpower, and you're going to be taking that. Nice done from Laze to pull back, but he likes to be one versus. Doesn't want the CM to be there. That's why Sweden Strong is just focusing on the middle. That's where they have the most kill potential, and that is where Spirit need to react.
Yeah, and you can see that obviously Latrakio, he knows up against the Batrider, so he did want to go. Oh, Split Earth's going to be there, but it's actually going to be the rune on the bottom, so it's going to be going the way, or the bounties coming through as well on the map. Is Sweden Strong going to get this before the Podka? It's going to be a double. No, the Frostbite comes out, but there's going to be the Avalanche as well, so Sweden Strong going to be able to pick up both of them.
Nice money into the pockets of Sweden Strong. He just wants to keep the CM away from the... look at how much space it's actually delayed. You know, this is the goal lead that Ursa established in the first 2 minutes. So as soon as Sweden started moving around, it actually opened it up quite nicely for the Brood.
Top lane, they want to get themselves on top of V-Tune. V-Tune, the cogs are going to be dropped as well, but Mira, he needs to get himself out of this because the danger is actually going to be V-Tune. He's turning around with the right clicks. Do they have enough damage? The battery shield's going, and Mira, he will be able to walk himself out of this one. V-Tune happily trapped in there with the clockwork, just saying, okay, that free kill for me, I'll take that all day long.
I'm surprised V-Tune didn't get a stick from this. That's kind of weird, because there are going to be some spells being spammed by Spirit, and Control Warlord is naturally a hero that kind of struggles in now. So he has the raindrop, that's nice, but the stick would have been quite nice for him for sure.
Well, this time Malady's going to get caught out. Mira, though, inside the cogs is giving the rotation. Nicky Cool, they're going to try and make a move. What's he got here on the Batrider to try and close that gap? It's only going to be the Windlace. Anything to slow down onto Collapse. He's not going to be able to get himself away from this one. Nicky Cool, he doesn't even need to use a lasso. He's just going to tick down to the Firefly, and Nicky Cool, he gets to the kill. Didn't have the mana for the Firefly, for the lasso after the Firefly. So, good job if you could get the kill without it.
Nicky Cool really isn't putting any emphasis.
Dire's middle tower.
Last time you were at the Dragon Knight and you just completely abandoned the lane. This time at least you're gonna have the Treant Protector, but one more move like that and Laurel, once he gets level 8, he'll get Diabolic Edict, another point as well. Her tower is just gone, so Nicky Cool will have to be a little bit more careful though. For now it's okay, because Navi, they brought the Stein into the mid lane, they used the Living Armor, and the tower is gonna be in the territory, at least for now.
Yeah, and that's kind of thing. Like I said, up against a Treant, if you don't take that tower down, as long as there's no major aggression on the map, the Treant is just gonna be able to regen it up. And look at it, it's already back to about 3/4 health here as Lays on the bottom lane. How is he looking in terms of net worth? He's actually not too far behind the Ursa itself, and now he's level 6, so he has the spawn spiralings up. He's going to be able to take over this jungle, and the Ursa's already moving himself away. You see here, Yatoro, he's in the jungle. He's going to be going towards that Battle Fury, but we're 8.5 minutes in here, and he's only just getting towards the goal to pick up one of the items. And is this now just going to be Yatoro? Does he just need to move himself through the jungle? Does he give up the lane here to Lays?
You cannot stay in the bottom lane. If you're going there, people need to bees. You need to have an organized defense. So I think Lays, if he sees the Ursa on the bottom lane, he's gonna know something. That's why you're saying Woods and Laurel.
Yeah, and Laurel here is no worse to see that bounty rune pick up as well. Lays
is under attack.
His spidey sense has got to be tingling, there's nobody shown in the mid lane. You can see, he's running himself into the trees. He's just hiding himself away. He's waiting for that inevitable reveal to come through so he can maybe move into the trees a little bit further. Lal's going to be here now as well. Lays moving himself around. He actually sees Mapotka, so he needs to drop another weapon. The Frostbite's going to come out, and now Lal, he didn't move himself too far away. Lays is in the trees. He's got another spider web out. Yeah, he's going to be able to go for the TP and Lal. He didn't have that the Earth Splitter for another second or two as well. So only the 1 point into the split Earth.
Under attack.
So it wouldn't have been a lot of damage anyway, and there wouldn't really have been another follow-up from that. Unless, I guess, the Ursa who tries to Quell Blade through the trees or something.
Bad situation here for Spirit. They need to make something happen on the map, and they're trying with the Mortimer skits, but that's not gonna be giving anything.
Yeah, Nikiko's fine. In fact, he's going to be about 10 gold away from them. So by the time he gets back to the fountain, he's going to have those boots of travel as well. Priming him for a gank because he has the lasso up. They could look for a rotation. And yeah, again, Navi, they've kind of weathered the early storm in that offlane. They only lost 1 kill, you know, and they've slowed this aggression down from TSpirit in this offlane, you know, because Collapse with the Snapfire, the Clockwork coming out as well, that's a fairly decent kill lane. And they've just avoided most, I'm not going to say all, obviously, they still got first blood, TSpirit, but they've avoided most of the aggression of this lane. And VTune, he's now looking towards rotating around, getting his own Battle Fury out as well, it looks like. And all of a sudden, TSpirit, they can't really apply any pressure on the map.
It's under attack.
Yep, they can't do anything. Navi are making this game as boring as possible. They're enjoying it. We are not enjoying it that much, but they most definitely are, because TSpirit, they can't get to a tower. They have a Clockwork, Crystal Maiden, Snapfire lineup that really likes to murder people when you have 1 kill. What does that mean? Once the BKBs come out, they're going to be completely useless. And Navi are making this happen by offering their supports and the Broodmother in lane. Maybe they bring a core into the mid lane, but that's the lane again. And suddenly, TSpirit don't have a play. So TSpirit are gonna have to start being a little bit more divey, you know, to get a little bit more personal with the enemies, at least force the TPs, because there has to be chaos if Navi are to be forced into the thing.
Yeah, you can see there's going to be 3 heroes here from the side of TSpirit trying to put the pressure onto this tier 1 tower. While that's happening, though, you can see that the Broodmother is trying his best to apply pressure to a tier 2 in the bottom lane. Mira, he's teasing the hookshot. He's going to be able to get it on top of the Treant. Where's this follow-up going to come from now, though? Collapses. You want to go for the cookie into the cox? He does, and Lol's going to be there. So, dive does happen, but they only really get a Treant for it, which... on the face of things, okay, they got a kill, great, but it's only a position 5 Treant, and at 12 minutes into the game, he's happy to play that sacrificial, you know, get that information, lose his life to create space for the rest of his team.
The tower is the important. You need the top part of the map so that you have 1 more farm, 2 greater access to the mid lane. Mid lane tower has to fall. If your Clockwork and CM are to be useful in this game, it has to come in the next 5 to 7 minutes. TSpirit, and for that the mid lane tower needs to. That's why Navi is putting so much effort, because if it doesn't, it's gonna be the same thing as the last game. TSpirit, they don't hit their timings, they don't start killing people. Sweden Strong gets this big item last time, big dart with the shard and the Ricky. Now he's gonna be Blink Dagger, and then so this is dangerous for TSpirit. I'm expecting them to be a bit more aggressive. It's important that they have the hook right now missing.
Yeah, and correct me if I'm wrong, but Spirlin's got a, I want to say, a magic resist nerf.
They got a nerf in terms of vision. I don't know if their magic vision rate.
Yeah, it might have been a couple of patches ago, but I'm just looking because the Broodmother going for, I mean, especially up against the Crystal Maiden or the Shrek, a Snapfire here as well. So the Brood wants it, instead of the Guardian's Greaves, it's going to be going towards a pipe for that first big item. You're not going towards an Orchid, not going towards what I usually see coming out from a Broodmother. It is going to be that pipe to come out here just to offer the protection for the rest of the team as well. Not just for the Spirelings, but for the rest of the team as well, once these fights do start to break out. But like I say, up against a Lesh and a Crystal Maiden, you know, that pipe is going to be immensely valuable here coming into this mid game for the Brood and the rest of Navi.
Currently it's for Spirelings, but later on it's for right.
No
such
thing.
Too much damage. Look at VTune. Yasha BKB into probably an SN. You know, it's all about Troll being very hard to kill. Eventually he will do the damage if dying, if he's standing his ground. If TSpirit, once they commit, that is when it turns around. He knows that they're deep enough that that is kind of what Navi are gunning for. There is going to be a time in this where they don't have enough management. That is where the bat comes in. Gets man, this is like the most exciting game I've watched so far in the DPC. 3 kills, 15 minutes in. I feel like we're watching that other game that we must not. It's kind of what Eastern Europe sometimes do.
Yeah, sometimes we do get the straight dive. Speaking about dive, Mira's going to be able to get himself onto Sweden Strong, and the Mortimer kisses are going to start to come through as well onto the tiny Sweden Strong. Will go down. Did he get anything from this now as well, though? Mira's going to be able to come in. Flame Break with that Firefly into the last zone, so they're going to trade support for support. It looks like Mira can he get himself away from this one. Still taking a lot of damage, but the Overgrowth is going to be used in Crystal Maiden. That's not going to save his life here. Even with the freezing field, the damage comes out. The Troll pops the ultimate. One more right click. No, he's going to be stunned up. They do still get the kill into the Crystal Maiden. Bijou trying to do his best to keep himself alive, but he was surrounded by 3 heroes, so he will be taking down a 3-for-2 trade here. TSpirit coming out on top in the Batrider. He's going to be going towards the lane just to get a little bit more farm, but he has to be careful. No, he doesn't actually have to be careful because Lyle collapsed. They moved themselves into the mid lane. They finally want this mid lane tier 1 tower with the Leshrac having the 4 points now into Diabolic Edict. Even with the fortification, they should still have a decent amount of damage, but then again, Treant Protector's going to be back alive. Living Armor gets popped once again onto the tower, so this tower is still going to be looking fairly healthy.
TSpirit need a billion of those. They need to continue forcing these things out. Navi, you know, this is what happens. You get forced into a fight that you know, ideally when you talked about your strategy, you don't want to take it. But TSpirit are going to force you and force you, force you. One time you're going to take the bait and you're going to die. TSpirit okay, so it's actually happening. The impact needed in the middle tower being down. Now the ocean open, and this is kind of the objective taking potential here. So not good at taking towers, but he can join the fight, especially because he's not great against the enrage, but also then he's great at taking the ocean. Larl is gonna have more tools to just run into the game and create space for.
Yeah, and you can see that as well that Leshrac, he picked the Aegis. He's already got himself the Bloodstone, so if the fight starts breaking out, he's got a lot of survivability. He's got that second life to offer there as well, so Lesh should be able to put out a massive amount of impact in these fights. Yeah. Broodmother could be going towards a Hex, it looks like. Ooh. Well, I mean, the Spiralings were in the middle. He wasn't able to get it off that hook shot, and Lay's just going to be able to skitter his way away here, it looks like.
Western European DPC Ace went back in. I actually wouldn't mind just to know where TSpirit are, because I think what Navi are gunning for is the late game with the troll, right? So you need some time to happen. Even once BQ gets a BKB, he's still kind of right. You need to be strong enough that you don't have to fuck with BKB. So I was gonna expect them to be more, but yeah, TSpirit have opened
Dire's
up.
bottom tower is under attack.
It's coming season. One thing on Navi, and Navi, we're seeing that they just want to dodge because they saw what happened to Fuse.
Radiant's middle tower is under
It's gonna have his in a couple of seconds.
Yeah, that's going to be coming out. He just needs the recipe for it now as well. Lal going to be able to clean up these spiders. And we'll see. I mean, Nicky Cool's away, so yeah, like I say, he is still farming up onto that BKB, so they don't want to fight just yet here. But the Ursa Sillery, he's still farming up in the mid lane, moving towards the bottom lane now. But actually waiting for the rune. It's going to be a double damage rune here for Yatoro here as well. So really nice pickup just to accelerate the farm even more after this Battle Fury for the Ursa.
Interesting build from him. Doesn't want a BK. He wants to and it seems like he wants to have the attack. That's actually quite interesting, especially against Bull, against the Yorian, and against. It means that he doesn't want a long fight. He wants to go in and out of fights many times, so just to play around his vision and hunt. I'm curious to see if he'll go through with it, but it is a nice build to go for, especially in this kind of scenario against the troll, especially because you don't want to stay long in a fight and fight the troll. You're gonna lose. Yeah. But if you're going in and out and just murdering people and the troll gets left alone, it's not gonna be an issue for it. This is actually quite cool coming up from the Toro.
Yeah, and we've seen here Lyle as well. I mean, the troll just continues to farm, and Yatoro 2-0-0, so he's having, he's been involved in nearly all of the fights for TSpirit. You know, half of the kills. But what do you think then? It is, I know, 5 kills in. So he does actually want that Blink Dagger after the Sanjin Yasha into the bash, like you say, the Aghanim Scepter's there as well. At what point do Navi, do they want to try and contest now before he gets that Blink Dagger, before he gets the Basher, or are they going to be content to wait for extra BKBs to come up, extra items to come up as well? Because both teams are in this game haven't really been the most aggressive, as we can see in the kill scoreboard.
I think that's I think what Navi are waiting for right now is the Broodmother.
Dire's top
They are
tower is
feeling
under
like the
attack.
Blink Dagger on the Tiny is I think that might not be the case. I think
Yeah.
Blink on the Tiny was good enough. They just thought about it, and they felt like they were super weak. So now they're up against the Aegis, and they're getting pulled into this category of just...
Dire's middle
But I think
tower
this
is under attack.
is not going to work out for them, because they are kind of tossing away their timings. Then once you get the Hex of the Broodmother, maybe if you lose the fight before that one with the Hex, you're gonna, oh, the Hex isn't enough, blah blah blah, you get the you can never get back into the game. I think every item timing needs to be used, and I'm actually surprised that Navi aren't pushing it a little bit forward, at least to force out things to happen around the map, to force out something, and not allow Spirit to get everything.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, and it looks like, Troll Warlord as well. He's got himself the... What does he complete first? Because he's got himself a Mithril Hammer, but it looks like he wants the Yasha first before the BKB? No.
BKB. He has. I think BKB expects TSpirit to go a little bit more aggressive. That his towers are falling, and you cannot allow.
Yeah.
It's just gonna be wait. Tier 2 in the mid drops, you have no idea. With the tier 2, at least you have somewhat. It's not ideal, but it's still close to the out. If it's down, it's a problem. TSpirit would punish if.
Radiant are scanning.
Now he has BKB, so V-Tune is somewhat battle ready if it.
I love this as well from TSpirit. They're not even as I say what I was about to say. I was about to say they're not smoking up. They're so confident that they're just roaming around the map as 3-4 heroes, and they're inviting Navi on. But they do come with the smoke now, so they're going to look for the wraparound. They're going to be able to get the hook shot from Treant, but the avalanche comes out. Malady, he's still going to be taking a lot of damage. He's still going to go down, and it's actually going to be the Ursa that gets that kill inside the cogs, thrown in by the cookie. While this is happening, though, the Broodmother, he's just trying his best to take down this 2-2 tower in the bottom lane. But Yatoro, he rotates down, cleans up these Spylines again. That Battle Fury paying dividends here, and this tier 2 tower, I think it's still going to be a bit of a trap. The freezing field comes up, but Poshka, though, nothing's going to be able to get towards him because of those cogs. He might still be able to take down Lal. Lal's going to go down, and now can he take down the Poshka? Mira might be the next target as well, taking a lot of damage. Nicky Cole trying to do what he can with the Firefly that just wears off. They get the kill onto the 2 supports, and Navi, well, what else can they do? Because Collapse is going for those point-blank Mortimer kisses here now as well. As Ursa, Yatoro, he's moved himself right back up. He gets the kill onto the Troll, and Nicky Cool's going to be the next target. So even though Yatoro, he was on the other side of the map, he still gets himself back into group up with the rest of his team. Enrage, Yatoro, though, can he survive through this? It looks like he might not be able to take him down here. Navi, Nicky Cool, trying his best, chases on now as well with the Silken Bowler. They do get the kill. The Spawn Spylines comes out. And Broodmother just be able to push down onto that tier 2 tower, baits Yatoro down after the fight breaks out, and immediately TPs into the mid lane. And Navi, what was the trade on that? A 2 versus 4. They did lose the Troll, but they got pretty much everyone on the side of TSpirit.
That's the reason you got the BKB. Troll Warlord doesn't have a BKB there. He cannot commit onto the Lesh. You lose that fight, you lose the tower, you probably lose the... He has the BKB, and TSpirit, they get a little bit greedy and you can punish it. That was kind of the point. Navi are made a situation where with that BKB, they are either trading the tier 2s or they're winning the fight. And in the end, they ended up winning the fight without the tier 2s. Holding it out, they can go invest.
Yeah, look at this. They're going to be able to take down Collapse. Malady, the tossback came out from Sweden Strong. The Blink Dagger on the Tiny, and immediately Navi just collapsed onto
Radiant's middle tower is
Collapse.
under attack.
As the tier 1 tower now going to get aggressed on here from the side of Navi, and nothing to stop this as well. The Ursa is still down. Really nice timing here from the side of Navi to find that pickoff.
And they are gonna have a lasso in 30, so that's pretty much when Collapse comes back to life. You take the outpost, and now you have a chance, making TSpirit kind of scared, get the kill and walk into the Roche. But the second Roche is very important for the Ursa, especially because of the shard. So you would ideally want for TSpirit to get a fight it for sure. Now they didn't use that knowledge of their teammates, that their enemies are gonna be somewhere in the vicinity. Advise them to get the kill and walk into the pit, or maybe for a survival. You never know what. Very solid position now for Navi, where they were at just before the BKB.
Yeah, and Yatoro, he drops, you know, the battle lines on the map as well. He says there's somewhere in this dire jungle. The grouping up, you can see even low. He's rotating around to group up with the rest of his team. Broodmother, he's got the Hex Gold. Is his courier? He's got the items as well, yeah. So this is going to be the Hex. So this next fight, this is going to be the reveal of the Hex. And do you want to be who do you want to target with this? Is it the Ursa, or do you want to be dropping this onto the Leshrac?
It's about toss back, sell one with the tiny, hex them, and kill them. Or at least get them low enough.
The hookshot, he comes in point blank, swinging strong to try to get the blink in, but he's only going to put him in the middle of the multiple kisses now as well. Mira tries to get himself up, and you can see him now. Can he keep him alive? He's trying to move himself away the cogs though. And Cookie comes up once again, lasso onto the Ursa. It's immediately going to fade his V-Tune. They just want to fight into this, but the Ursa Bird's going to be forced out the way. And now V-Tune, he's got no target. It's going to be 4 heroes dead. Only Nicky Cool getting out alive.
That hookshot is game-winning spell usage. After that, the fight was just like Navi. You have a hex that you're about to reveal, and you don't click it as fast as the clock reaches.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Flash goes in. The troll cannot go into the ledge because the cogs are protecting him. That's something that the fight is over. Yatoro goes in, goes out of the fight barely, but they do pull him out. That's kind of the idea that the TSpirit are trying to kill a hero, get out. Even if the troll remains alone, he's going to be in front of the so you have to be careful of that. That's why Yatoro is going to be having the Aghanim Scepter. That's why he's going to have Basher, just to have those couple of more seconds to get away from the troll. If you need to do that like you needed there, that's fine. After the first spell was used in that fight, it was 100% certain who's going to win, and I'm surprised that Navi just didn't start yelling to themselves, bail, bail, bail. So
I don't think because I mean the hookshot connects onto the Broodmother as the tiny blinks in front, so they both get stunned, the cogs get dropped, and everybody was just trapped in there. You saw that, you know, even Lyle just moved himself into the cookie came out, he was inside the cogs, and there was no way for Navi to back themselves away, because by the time they know what's going on, the heroes are pretty much dead. And now that's going to be Ursa. He's taking the Aegis, he's got the shard there as well. Like you say, that Ags isn't going to be, he's got half the gold he needs to be able to pick that one up. And now this is going to be TSpirit's map. They've got all this momentum in their favor. They're setting the tempo from on the map. And they've got some great anchor points in the fights with the clockwork, you know, with the Crystal Maiden, with the boss bite coming out, Lulz with the Split Earth. So the amount of control they have here, Navi just can't fight around it at the minute.
Yeah, they have such great items inside of TSpirit, and the troll is itemizing in a way where the items that TSpirit already have are going to be counted. So Navi, I don't really see if troll wants to go for this build, I'm gonna murder you. I'd rather see a Silver Edge Daedalus item, like a damage item, than a Basher, because I mean your ensnare is already gone. You don't necessarily need it.
Yeah, and we'll see. I mean, how is he looking in terms of goals getting towards that? He's still going to be a ways away from it if he wants to go towards it. And by that time, the tier 2 tower gets taken away by TSpirit. He might be able to move himself down to take this last tier 2 tower on the bottom lane as well. You can see the Malady as well as Nicky Cool. They're trying to do the best to push this lane out. And this tier 2 tower for the Radiant still stands after all the pressure that Broodmother was putting on. After all the pressure, you know, even the Treant rotating down to put the pressure on. Help these creeps push out like this with the Nature's Grasp. It's just, they still haven't been able to take this tier 2 tower on the bottom lane.
Another way of both initiation and save is the accents.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
And they get Nicky Cool.
I prevent forest fires.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
No, I'm looking at Navi and I'm thinking, what the hell do you do? They are still pushing the silent. That's what they should be doing. These guys are smart enough. They can just can jump in and kill a hero and get out.
Look at this mirror. It's going to be thrown in by the... Oh, it might cost him something. No, the cookie comes out. Tweetune trying to do what he can. He has to use the hookshot defensively. But yeah, that's going to be the Aghanims coming out for the Snapfire now as well. So he does have the Gobble Up and the Spit out to send someone like the Clockwork in. Doesn't even need the hookshot. Can just use that, drop the cogs on anyone he gets close to. And this is going to be another avenue here for TSpirit to close the gap and start the fight. And Navi, they can't even fight underneath the tier 3 tower. You see them pulling back. The Living Arm is only going to do so much for this tower before it gets taken down. And they don't want to fight into this Aegis, it doesn't seem.
And that's a tier 3 that falls in the mid lane, and usually teams are gonna not want to push the mid lane when they're up against the Tiny, because they know that the toss back into tier 4s is going to be
scanning.
with so many ways to replace. And they're staying here to protect the
Yatoro blinks in, the hook shot comes through now as well. It's a sweet and strong Nicky Cool, he's already used that BKB. Yatoro, what's he going to be able to do here? Because Mira's going to be getting down low. But the cause comes out, they take down Sweet and Strong, a 1-for-1 trade. But Yatoro, he wants to carry on going. The overgrowth is going to be used, but Yatoro, he's going to be cleaning up, takes down Malady.
You just don't care about that bridge right now. There's Larl is fast enough that he can TP to the bottom lane. You know that Navi has to go through the triangle. You're protecting him, and Larl will be there fast. It's not gonna take as long as it takes for you to come back into the fight. If you remember the mid lane fight, triangle is closer to the bottom lane, and Larl was already pushing out a little bit further. It's so easy for him to connect. Now when he's on top, Navi could go for a play, or they should go for a play. The problem is they are missing some of the key BKB and.
Yeah, and that lasso is still about a minute away. V-Tune, he's got his own BKB. About 500 gold from getting the Basher as well. It looks like he does want to be going towards the Basher. You know, that is going to be the next big item if he can get to it. And Yatoro, how's he looking? He's already got himself the Abyssal Blade. So the difference between the two carries here, you're looking at nearly 8,000 gold difference between the two carries. That's going to be half of the net worth difference between the two teams themselves. When the hookshot comes in, Nicky Cool gets caught out. Split Earth's going to be there now as Yatoro gets gobbled up, spits out, and claims the kill on Nicky Cool.
They saw Larl be on the top lane. They thought they couldn't fight, and probably wasn't the case because you're going into Nagus with some of those. Okay, we can outpush the bottom lane. The thing is that it takes so long. In your mind, it might not be that much, but it takes so long that Larl gets his Boots of Travels back. He rotates to the bottom lane where his team is waiting and just wait. One thing about the Treant lineup is they do have a blocker, so the division game is over.
Yeah, and Yatoro as well. He's started onto, in fact, I think he's, if we look at his courier, that's his axe completed. He wants that Swift Blink to come out next, but Yatoro, he's going to have the extra cooldown on the Enrage, and you can use it while disabled. So, what can Navi can't fight into this?
He is just going to go forward. He jumps in, whoever he wants, and even if you lasso him, you're not going to. Hex is something that can be a problem.
Look at this. Malady right in the corner. We've got the top back though. They might be able to get themselves onto the Ursa, but the Ursa just turns around with the Abyssal Blade with that massive amount of damage here on the Ursa. Lotus is being used as well. Mira turns around with the... I mean, he's still going to be trapped in for a little bit. So it's a decent defense. And Lasso is right back now as well. They have enough to take down the Ursa. No, the Lasso, they've already got the enrage up on Yatoro, and Yatoro's going to be able to take down V-Tune, or is he? He's still going to be able to keep himself alive for a little bit longer. Just about 3 heroes go down. Spirit overrunning this game, and GG is going to be called. Navi, they give up the second game, 32 minutes in, 19-9. And after a great start, they just could not keep up with the Ursa.
I was saying, yeah.